participants. I talked about the final four yesterday. We already know who the championships were. So the next team that were in part of the Elite Eight, oh my goodness, we are talking about Terry Anderson. Let's give applause for Terry Anderson and her team. Wakanda Superstars, Nicole Smith, Maddie Shannon Roberts, Alicia Smith, Susan Wallace, Stanley Neville, Lee Bay, and Cherie Eppinger, along with Laverne Smith and Denise Rose. We give our hats off to that team headed up by the Emerald Terry Anderson. And next, the Diamond Achievers, Captain Ruby Stephanie Lee. She had Cheryl Johns, also Stephanie Lee herself, Carol Palmer, Helen Coleman, Gail Howard Johnson, along with Cindy McLean, Tyra Shackelford, Dr. Erica Montgomery, Dr. Barbara Brooks, and none other. Last but not least, there was Winnie Lewis. These were the Diamond Achievers, guys. I know you're clapping even though you're muted. And then we have Team Contagiously Walking in Power, headed up by Gia Bankhead. No, yeah, Ann Mooney. Maybe Ann Mooney was the captain. Ruby Ann Mooney. And then Alicia Claiborne, Tamika Bingham, Karen Carruthers, guys, Sarita Connor, Mitchell Neely, Fontaine Bass, Rashana, Michael King. That headed up the team. Wow. Team Contagiously Walking in Power. And last but not least, guys, we have our own Dr. Kim, Dope for Life. And that included Dr. Kim, Tawana Crichton, Latessa Hardy, Tanjar Wallace, Janice Trahan, Yolanda Fierce, Thea Johnson, Catherine Walker, Juana Jania Houston, and Stephanie Cryer. That was Dope for Life. And guys, I want you to give them a round of applause. That was the Elite Eight. And so without further ado, I'm going to put you with the man whose idea this March Madness contest was, our own VP of Training and Development, Coach Dan. Where are you? Take it away.
Good morning, good morning, good morning to everybody. Good morning, my beloved, the one and the only Miss CSO, Miss Midwife, Miss everything that she needs to be to help everybody get to where they're trying to be. None other than Phyllis Nash. How you doing?
I am so great. Glad to hear you out there.
Absolutely, absolutely. Listen, you guys, once again, big congratulations to everybody. As you all know, you are all winners. You are all winners. And I'm going to tell you why you're a winner. Because you stayed in the fight. I'm telling you, you stayed in the fight. You stuck to it. A lot of you, even when you saw your numbers was down, you were still talking trash, which is good because it kept your competitive edge going. And it was just an amazing thing to watch. And I'm going to tell you, you guys, this was just the pilot program, if you will. This was just the trial run. Our next promotion is going to continue to get bigger. It's going to continue to get better. And we want to make certain that we are serving you guys at the highest level of excellence, putting you in a position to win in every aspect of your endeavors here with Wakanda. Listen, I am down here where am I now? I am, I get lost in where I am. I'm in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Lately, I have been the armor bearer of my 10-year-old son, Josiah. His travel schedule is becoming a little bit, it's almost worse than my travel schedule. And so we are here in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. First of all, if you've never been there, you should really go. It is a wonderful, wonderful place. They got a little bit of everything for everybody. But also, We're here for the International Small Ball Basketball Tournament. International Small Ball Basketball Tournament. And we are here competing against teams from all across the world. I mean, there's probably about 4 or 5 different countries that's represented. We've played Puerto Rico, which I understand is part of the U.S., but we've played, I think there's a team that's from France. It's teams from all over. But here's the thing that I want to share with you. Our first game, we won by 2 points. We beat the number 1 team in Puerto Rico by 2 points. Our second game that we played, it was also a tight game, and it was another one of the top tier games. We started the game off with about 6 turnovers within the first 2 or 3 minutes. They went on a run, literally 11-0. 11-0. And we trailed the entire game. 17-0. My son is helping me. We're here in a hotel. We trailed the entire game all the way to halftime. By the time we got to halftime, we was down probably about 11 or 12 points. So they went on a 17-0 run in the very beginning of the game. The young men on our team, they were crying, they were angry, they were arguing with one another. They were literally taking themselves out of the game. They were pouting. It was just a mess. So we called a timeout, and while I was sitting on the bench, I'm coaching them. I'm saying to them, hey, listen, you guys, this basketball is a game of runs. We can't worry about how we started. We have to finish strong, but we cannot finish strong if we don't have the right attitude. If our energy is low, if we're pouting, if we're complaining about the mistakes that we've made, if we are getting upset with our team members, we will never win. I need everybody to come together and make a decision that we're going to play the kind of basketball that we play, and that we're going to come back and we're going to win this game. Let's dry the tears from our eyes. Let's get the attitudes in check. Let's get some positive energy, positive motivation, and let's get out here and let's go get our run. So by halftime, we're still down, and I'm still telling them, hey, we still got time. I'm talking to the other coach. I'll say, hey, we good. We're in a good position. We got time. And then here's what we begin to tell them. We need one stop at a time. One stop, one turnover at a time, and we're going to come back and we're going to win. And of course, I wouldn't tell you this story. Yeah, I would tell you even if we would have lost. But the truth is we came back and we won. And then we beat the next team by probably about 30 points. My point to you is this. No matter what happens when you're in the game, in this game of business, in this game of life, the truth of the matter is life, Wakana, it is a game of runs. That means at any moment you can go on a run. And when you go on a run, you could go on a run and begin to win. It doesn't matter how you start, but what does matter is not only how you finish, but how you play the game in the middle. When things are not going the way that you think it should go, the way that you want it to go, it is very, very imperative. Matter of fact, one of the young men, he was so upset. I said, what's wrong? He said, I hate when we get off to a slow start like this. I don't like getting to a slow start like this. And I said, I understand. But we're here now. So we can't get focused on how we started. We got to focus on what we need to do in order to win. And I want to encourage, so there's a couple of things I want to share with you this morning. Number one, it's imperative to understand why you got to a slow start. That's number one. Because many of you that's on this call, you know yourself that you've gotten to slow starts. Well, thank you, Josiah. I'm in the middle of, I'm sorry, you guys, pray for me. You guys know yourselves that many times in the beginning of the month, we've gotten to a slow start. We did not necessarily start off the way that we wanted to start. We also know that it appeared that the month was not going to be good. It appears that the month we're not going to reach the goal. And so sometimes the natural inclination is just to quit, just to give up, just to stop pushing, just to stop trying. But that's not the case when you're in this particular vantage point. That's not the case. What you need to do is you need to bite down and continue to move forward and continue to execute the plan. And as you continue to push hard and as you continue to execute the plan, you're going to begin to see that there's going to be a momentum shift on your behalf. There's going to be a moment where you will be able to begin to shift. But you won't shift if your attitude is wrong. You won't shift if you give up. You won't shift if you decide that this is just not working. But you will shift if you bite down and you keep moving forward. Now, here's something else that I want you guys to see. Something else that I want you guys to see is simply this. Is the truth of the matter is when you find yourself in these positions, as we all have, sometimes we got to call a timeout. Sometimes we got to call a timeout. Sometimes your timeout may mean you need to walk away from it for a minute. Sometimes, and when I say walk away from it for a minute, I'm not talking about taking 2 weeks off and all of that kind of stuff. Just take a break. Take a deep breath. Give yourself a moment. Watch your favorite movie. Whatever it is that can bring your mind back at ease. Sometimes it's imperative that we do that so that we can reset, we can recalibrate, and then let's go back into the fight. Let's go back into the fight. And those are those individuals that won. I was listening to Freedom McDuffie interview with Mr. Diamond Mooney. One of the things she stated was that when she didn't even realize that she had such a competitive edge in her. And when she made a decision that she did not want to lose, she said it basically something came over her. She didn't realize that she had such a competitive edge. But it's not good enough to have the competitive edge without doing the work. And that's what Freedom McDuffie did. She did the work. And I'm telling you right now, and a second point is to her doing the work, and same thing that the kids did on the court. They began to execute the game plan. They began to execute the game plan. And guess what Frida said she did? She said she listened to me run my mouth. She listened to Miss Phyllis run her mouth. She listened to Mr. Dunn, all of those individuals that's training, that's developing, that's sharing, that's coaching, and all of those things. And she took it, and she not only took it, but she executed it. And because she followed the game plan, because she followed the system, she was able to break records in Wakana. Because these young men followed the game plan, because they executed the plays as we were laying them out as the game was going by, guess what? They became victorious. Today we play for 2 more, win the Elite 8 today, and then we win. When we win the Elite 8, we'll go into the Final Four tonight, and when we win the Final Four, we'll be in the championship game tomorrow to take it all. That's what the belief system is. But that's what your mentality have to be. Notice I didn't say if, I said when. That means we are entering to the game with an expectation of victory. No matter what you got, and we're playing the teams, we're going to wind up playing teams. The last 2 teams we got to play are teams that have beat us before in other tournaments. We're undefeated right now in this tournament, but the last 2 teams we got to play are teams that have beat us. Each team have beat us twice. But I still believe that we can win. And because of that mindset, I'm going in as if I'm the victor. And that's what I want to share with you guys today. Right now, it's April, whatever day of the week it is. It's April 13th. We're in the middle of the month. Some of us are coming off a high because of how well we performed in March Madness. Some of us are coming off a low because of how well we didn't perform in March Madness. Some of us are just joining and just getting started, but we at April 13th. And I want you to understand that no matter where you are on the spectrum, that the end of the month is coming and you still got time to finish strong. This upcoming weekend, I told you in the last call, this upcoming weekend, we're going to help you finish strong by putting on an amazing event that's going to literally help take your prospects as customers, your business builder prospects. It's going to help bring your closing ratio to a high level. But guess what? You can't close somebody you haven't presented to. So you got to make certain that you get the people in the building. This is what we want you to do. And when I say in the building, y'all understand, get them in the room so that we can make certain that we help you to bring them to a close. Listen, that's my time. I hope and pray that this was inspirational to you, gave you a little motivation, a little shot in the arm, a little push to cause you to continue to push forward, no matter how you start, no matter how tough it gets in the middle. In life and business, basketball, football, sports, it's a game of runs. And I want you to know that as long as you stay in the game, your run is coming soon, and it actually can come right now. I'm going to pass. That's all I got for you. I hope it was enough. I'm going to pass it back to Miss Phyllis. Y'all have a supernaturally wonderful Wakanda kind of day.
Wow, Coach Dan. You laid it out this morning. I appreciate it. I heard every word of it, and I use and take copious notes because I apply that to my life and my business on a daily basis. And so, guys, I want to also give a shout out to Josiah and his team. Bring on in the victory. I will definitely be cheering for them. And guys, tonight you have training at 6:30 with Coach Dan. And I want you guys to know that we need to show up on that call because this is time. Time is the currency of the earth. You can't get it back. And when people don't show up now, if your business is where you want to, maybe you don't need any more training. But if you do need some training, you need to be attending those training calls because the nuggets that are dropped, you say those are cliche. I've heard it over and over, but I promise you, the nuggets that are dropped, one day a light bulb is going to go off and you're going to say, wow, it was that simple and I didn't do it. And it really is just that simple. But we try to make things so hard. So attend the training, guys. It's only for you and to better your business. 6:30 training, 7 o'clock Wakanda, and 8 o'clock Dr. Rita will be there talking about some product and how our products, some health issue and how our products benefit that. So with that being said, we will see.
Phyllis,
yeah.
Just real quick. Once we win to this first game today, I'm not certain what time that game is going to be this evening. So I'll connect with you just in case I'll be on.
It'll be a training, whether it's Coach Dan, because if he has to take Josiah's team over to the next championship, we got that. So you covered either way it goes.
I appreciate it. Love y'all. Prosper.
Bye-bye.